Today, it's the third installment of my Indian flying adventure, and I'm trying out IndiGo for the first time on the A321NEO from Hyderabad to Chennai. A simple and quick flight, but will it be comfortable? Or a lot of low-cost airline crowds, madness, and stress? Let's find out. Welcome to Hyderabad, or Hyderabad Airport, where I am, and I haven't spent any time in Hyderabad this time because I took Air India's A350 down from Delhi this morning, and now I'm just going to connect here, take a few hours to chill out before catching IndiGo's A321NEO down to Chennai. A bit of a flying day I'm doing today. And this is the third installment in my Indian adventure. Pretty cool so far, except for the airport security experience. And I had the thought naively coming in that I really didn't want to do another airport security check in India today because it's so comprehensive and there's a lot of messy queuing going on, people butting in. You have to stay really relaxed and have time, I think, to get through these airports, and then it's fine, but it just takes some time and it's a little stressful. So I thought maybe I can just do a little airside transfer over to my IndiGo flight on a separate ticket, and that is not possible. I should have known better. Not only do you have to clear security again, you have to completely exit the airport, literally like go outside and then go upstairs so that you do the thing they do here where they won't let you into the terminal even to check in or do any of that unless you have a ticket. So first you have to show your boarding pass and ID to get into the terminal, and then you have to go. I had to go get another boarding pass from IndiGo's check-in desk. I wasn't sure exactly why, but this is what the Air India people who kindly escorted me out and back in told me to do. So that was a surprise. They sent someone to come help me out. Nice of Air India. They obviously did that specially for me. That's not something they do for everyone. But anyway, then that meant going through security again. It was better than Delhi. It wasn't as hectic, but it was still pretty hectic. And I just don't love unpacking my entire bag and repacking it multiple times a day. But that's all done with, and it's actually a pretty pleasant, relaxing airport over here once you're airside. Nice. Nicer than expected. Pretty small airport, relatively speaking, I think, for India. So, yeah, it's modern. It's glassy, big ceilings, and nice shops. They've got a Tim Hortons and a Starbucks. What more can you ask for, really? I'm going to go see if there is a Priority Pass lounge that I can sit in and wait the next few hours, work on some other stuff before my IndiGo flight. So let's go do that. And there's my aircraft coming in. Did you know that last year IndiGo ordered 500 A320 family aircraft? And that added to an already existing order book of a few hundred? More recently, they also ordered A350s. They're out of control, or maybe not. Most people in India see IndiGo as the dependable choice for domestic travel these days. There are over 1 billion people in India, don't forget. And now, the airline is even expanding internationally, adding business class and more. So you can imagine there's tons of potential there. Another fun fact, they currently have legendary former KLM CEO Peter Elbers at the helm. So it's very interesting times for IndiGo indeed. But more importantly, what's it like to fly them? Well, if I can ever get past this crush of humanity at the gate, I will show you. So it was probably not a great idea to come from Air India's A350 business class to an IndiGo A321NEO. It's not so cramped as these things go. It could be worse, but it's so many people and the seat is so small, and it's just night and day. The opposite flying experience, and much less relaxing and private. But this is how most of air travel is, of course. It's just that having one just after the other makes for a bit of a shock, you know. The human capacity for getting a sense of entitlement, very, very strong capacity for that. Quite quickly, within 10 minutes, you know, you start to think, well, this is what I deserve, this is what I should expect. And then to come back to low-cost airline, jam-packed A321NEO, yeah, you know, I guess it keeps you humble. This is a short flight, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, so at least there's that. Now if only we could just get going. I'd like to land in Chennai with a bit of light left, and I think we're racing the sunset at this point because it's a bit delayed. So we'll see. We'll see what the in-flight service is like. That I really have no idea what to expect. This seat is not super spacious or particularly comfortable, but one point in IndiGo's favor, they have an in-flight magazine. I get a free cup of juice, and because I booked a flex fare, I also get a free snack. And I was kind of blown away at the list of options which I was able to choose at booking. Otherwise, I think you can buy these on board or add them at booking for a small extra charge. I can't imagine they have all the options they have online also on board, so if you're picky about this sort of thing and you want to try a snack, make sure to order in advance. These are Punjabi samosas, and they're actually very tasty. The seat is kind of dirty and the cabin walls are scuffed. Everything is just a little bit grimy, but it's not super gross or anything, just not super fresh either. And that's about all there is to report. Very quickly, we're descending along the coast of Tamil Nadu towards Chennai Airport. We're treated to a pretty landing in the fading last light. Alright, well, first trip with IndiGo done. It was a short flight. It was reasonably okay. Like I mentioned, that big downgrade from Air India business class on the A350 to IndiGo made it probably seem worse than it was. You know, the interior was a little bit ratty, a little bit dirty. Considering it's a pretty new plane, I was a bit surprised. I thought it would look and feel fresher in there. Flight attendants were nice. We got there not too late, and overall it's a good product for a pretty low price. So yeah, I would fly them again, but I would try to fly Air India and its A350 if at all possible. So I'll be back on the A350 again in a couple of days. Gonna have a couple of nights here in Chennai, and then I'm gonna get back on the A350 to go to Bengaluru in a couple of days on premium economy that time. So looking forward to trying out yet another very nice looking Air India product. Getting back on board with them, and after that a couple of Vistara runs. So thanks for coming along, and see you next time.